In this video on integration by parts, we work our way through an example of repeated integration by parts. And if you feel relatively comfortable with what we've seen so far on this topic, well, repeated integration by parts really won't be an issue. Now, as this name suggests, to find this integral, we're going to have to carry out integration by parts more than once. But the essence of the technique we've seen so far, using the formula we have in the upper right-hand corner here, stays exactly the same. So let's get started. We need to find the integral of 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 times e of x. And as we saw in the previous video, the key behind using the method of integration by parts lies in making the right choice as far as which of these two functions we call u, and therefore which of them we call v dash. And in our last video, we had seen this acronym that I've written over here, LIATE. Now, if you haven't seen this before, do not worry. I have no doubt you'll be able to pick up on it right now. Looking at the two functions we have here, we can see that one of them is an exponential function, and the other one we have here is an algebraic function. In other words, it involves powers of x. And looking at the acronym LIATE that we have here, we can see that we have both the a for algebraic functions and the e for exponential functions. But the a is higher up in the list than e, consequently, the algebraic function is the one that we'll call u. And so this 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 will be u, and therefore the e of x we have here, well, that will be v dash. Okay, so with those two results in mind, if I quickly copy that, u is equal to 6x squared minus 4x plus 1, and therefore u dash will equal to 12x minus 4. And since v dash is equal to e of x, well, v will just equal to e of x as well. Remember, we ignore any constant of integration as we go from v dash to v. All right, now with this working out of the way here, we can go ahead and use the formula for integration by parts to state that this is equal to u times v. So using the two results we have here, that becomes 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 times v, which is just e of x, minus the integral of u dash times v, and we have those two functions right here, so that's in parentheses 12x minus 4 times e of x. Now, looking at the integral we've ended up with on the right-hand side, we can see that we're still trying to find the integral of a product of two functions. Consequently, to find this integral, we're going to make use of integration by parts again, which explains the name repeated integration by parts. Now, you don't have to follow my lead here, but what I like to do is look at this integral completely separately. In other words, I'll go ahead and take care of this integral somewhere on the side here. And so I could do this in the lower left-hand corner here. I'll make a quick note. And now I'll take care of that integral. So that's the integral of 12x minus 4 times e of x. Okay, well, looking at this integral here, again, we have an algebraic function and we have an exponential function. And so using LIATE again, since the a is higher up in this list than the e for exponential, we'll name the algebraic function u. And consequently, the exponential function will be v dash again. And with that in mind, if u is equal to 12x minus 4, then u dash will equal to 12. And if v dash is equal to e of x, well then v is equal to e of x again. And consequently, the integral of 12x minus 4 times e of x is equal to, well, u times v, so that's 12x minus 4 times e of x, minus the integral of u dash times v, so that's 12 times e of x. That's 12 times e of x. There we go. And looking at this integral, we'll have no trouble taking care of it. And so we can go ahead and state that this is equal to 12x minus 4 times e of x minus 12e of x. And at this stage, I include a constant of integration, which for now I'll call c star. Okay, with this result out of the way, and I can go ahead and box that side note I made, we can go back to the integral that we started off with and replace this integral by the result we just obtained written in parentheses. Indeed, we can now state that this integral is equal to 6x squared minus 4x plus 1, and that's times e of x, minus, in parentheses, the result we have down here. So that's 12x minus 4 times e of x minus 12 e of x plus c star. And all that's left to do now is open up this pair of parentheses and simplify the expression we get. So let's see, that's equal to 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 times e of x minus 12x minus 4 times e of x plus 12 e of x minus c star. And at this stage, rather than writing minus c star here, I'll go ahead and quickly define another constant of integration which I'll call c, and I'll say c is equal to negative c star, or simply the opposite of c star. And I do this so that on the next line I'll simply write plus c instead of minus c star. Okay, now looking at the expression we have here, it's clear that we have a common factor of e of x in all three of these terms. Consequently, I'll write e of x as a factor to the whole thing, so that this becomes, in parentheses, 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 minus the second pair of parentheses here, so that will be minus 12x plus 4. So that's minus 12x plus 4. And of course we have a plus 12 here. So that's plus 12. And all of that's multiplying e of x. And we have our constant of integration at the end. Finally, gathering like terms in this pair of parentheses, we can state our final answer as, in parentheses, 6x squared minus 4x minus 12x, so that's minus 16x, plus 1 plus 4 plus 12. So that's plus 17, and all of that multiplies e of x, and we have our constant of integration at the end here. And that's the final answer. And there we go. We've now worked our way through an example of repeated integration by parts. And looking back at the integral that we started off with, I'm sure you can appreciate that the reason we had to repeat the integration by parts here is because of the x squared term we had here. In fact, I could have given you a simpler integral like x squared times e of x, and we'd still have to use repeated integration by parts. And that's due to the fact that the x squared term we have here, or any x squared term for that matter, needs to be differentiated twice before turning into a constant. I'll also say that at times we'll have to repeat the integration by parts more than twice. In fact, you could go ahead and try integrating something like x cubed times e of x, or x cubed times sine of x. And you'll see that you'll have to repeat the integration by parts 3 times. In any case though, provided you're comfortable with the fundamentals of integration by parts, you should have no trouble repeating this as many times as needed. And there we go. That's it for this tutorial.